Hey, y'all, it's your favorite Unc. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below to Nightcap YouTube channel so you never miss a single live stream or video of myself, Ocho, and Gil. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thank you. Ocho, the NFL released its top 100 players for 2024, voted on by the players. For the first time since the inception of this award,
yes, sir,
a receiver was voted number one.
Yes.
Tyreek Hill was number one.
I told you.
Lamar Jackson was number two.
Mm-hmm.
Christian McCaffrey was number three.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Mahomes boy was number four.
Yeah, I have
not mistaken.
I have a great understanding.
The voting was done in November, right? The voting was done in November
by the players, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's why this makes sense. It makes sense to me, but I'm gonna tell you why. If people are confused, why Pat Mahomes is not number one? Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish.
No, they voted because at that point in time, Tyreek was on pace to go over 2,000, doing something historic, and Patrick Mahomes was struggling. We saw him get it together in the playoffs and in the Super Bowl,
right?
But by his standard. Now, once you become great, Ocho, all they do is compare you to your own greatness. They don't compare him to Josh Allen, or Burrow, or Lamar, or any other quarterback. Mahomes is judged by his own great standard. And by his standard, he wasn't playing well.
You know what?
And I get what people say, well, Mahomes fourth, they're crazy. No, you got to base it on when they voted.
Yeah, but I don't think players even think like that, though, Unc. I'm just telling you, I'm just saying, I'm thinking about the dynamic, most exciting, entertaining player that make you hold your breath when the ball snaps. Mahomes, brilliant at what he does. The best ever, arguably one of the best ever. But Tyreek is different. There's a certain I'm telling you, Unc. I'm telling you, even if Mahomes is playing bad, you think the player saying, well, you know what?
Yeah,
Mahomes ain't playing good right now. We ain't gonna put him number one. Nah, they dudes ain't thinking like that.
Think about it. The player that's voted number one by the NFL players, Mahomes let that guy go and won two Super Bowl MVPs and an MVP. Now you tell me.
You see what you just said? You see? You see what he's able to win? You see what he was able to win without them? That's because of his individual greatness as a quarterback.
You make my point.
Bingo. But I'm telling you about the excitement of that one individual player that they voted number one, something that we've never seen before, something very exciting.
Yes, but he's so exciting that Mahomes, they let him go.
But that's business. That's business because he is that good.
Ocho, but think about what I'm saying.
Yeah, I got you.
They let him go, and Mahomes is still the great. Let that sink in.
Yeah.
What up? You think Joe Burrow would be the same player if Chase left? You think if CD left the Cowboys, he'd be able to be the same? If Justin Jefferson, you took the number one player off that team, and Mahomes won two Super Bowls, two Super Bowl MVPs, and a league MVP with a 5,000-yard season.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mahomes was not playing well. There's no way around it. We watched him on opening night. We watched him, and he wasn't, Ocho. Go look at their record.
Yeah, I know he wasn't playing well because I was talking about it. You got to remember. I was on Inside the NFL last year. Obviously, I'm on there this year too. I was on there talking about it week in and week out. The issues with the receivers, the dropping of the balls. Should they go out and get a veteran at that time? But I'm just saying, I'm thinking about today's generation, today's era of players, the mentality and the way they think. When they're voting on players, they're voting from a different lens than we do or we would. They're not thinking about, well, damn, Mahomes ain't playing good right now. They got Lamar Jackson. They got Lamar Jackson second. Why do they have Lamar Jackson second? You know why? Because he's dynamic, he's exciting, he's entertaining to this generation of players. Not the fact that Mahomes wasn't playing well. You have to think like today's generation of players to understand why they have Tyreek number one.
I'm factoring all that in.
Yes,
I'm factoring in dynamic. I'm factoring in playmaking. I'm factoring in exciting. Tell me a player that's more exciting, more dynamic, and does more than Patrick Mahomes.
See, it's in a different way. Mahomes always has the ball in his hands. Mahomes always has the ball in his hands.
Josh Allen has the ball in his hands.
Which is why Lamar's number two.
But Lamar is the MVP, remember?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Two-time now. Stay with me.
But I'm saying in this season, he would.
Yeah.
Last year, MVP was Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
And what did Patrick Mahomes do? He got up to that amazing start.
Yeah.
Who was the number one player voted last year? Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes, yeah.
So when you get up to that, Tyreek got up to it a start. You remember Ocho? Mm-hmm. Tyreek got up to that start. He started with that monster game against the Broncos. He put 70 on them.
Yeah.
He had like in the first he had like a damn near 1,000 yards in 8 games.
We 8. I think week 9 he might have been at 1,000 already, something like that.
So when you look at it from that standpoint, Ocho, in its totality, we've never seen somebody get to 1,000 yards receiving that
like
quick.
This.
And so you at that point in time, you're thinking, how we gonna look? This man go over 2,000. And granted, I'm not saying Tyreek doesn't deserve it or earned it, but I'm just looking at it from when they voted. So let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
If you take this vote after the Super Bowl, who you think number one player is?
Oh, we take it after the Super Bowl? Mm-hmm. So are you saying that the Chiefs are gonna be in the Super Bowl? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying if you were to take this vote, the 2024, if you'd have taken after the Super Bowl played.
After. Yeah. Oh, yes. I mean, I'm assuming I have knowing them probably Mahomes. Probably, no problem. Matter of fact, hold on. You know what?
What?
No, I ain't finna call. They think different though. I understand where you're going from. I like what you're saying, but I'm thinking how they think. You feel me? Yeah. And it give you a better understanding on why Tyreek is one and then Mahomes. So why wouldn't it? I mean, why? Damn, I talk so damn fast. Slow down, Ocho. God damn.
We got slow down. Man.
Okay, let me pause for a little bit because I'm talking too damn fast. This generation, the generation of players, the young folks. I mean, I kind of a better understanding on why. Now I understand where you're coming from with it, as far as Mahomes playing bad at the beginning of the season. But I don't think the players took that into account when it came to the voting because of how dynamic Tyreek Hill is. Anytime we talk about receivers, and we talk about top 5, I always take Tyreek and I put him in a class of his own because he's special in what he's doing. Because it's really not fair to compare him to anybody else because what he does is just that great. You know what? I'm gonna put you aside and I'm gonna mention everybody else 1 through 5. But I get what you're saying. I think that's a conversation like that can go on and on. I don't think there's any right or wrong answer, and at that point it becomes preference. But since so many players voted, depending on how many actually voted, you know how those voting things go when it comes to saying the players did it. But
no, that's their vote. I'm thinking about because that's what Ocho. When I voted for the Pro Bowl, I didn't vote on, he went to the Pro Bowl last year. I voted on the guy that had the best season when we started voting.
Right.
So you did, and I'm sorry, sometimes the guy might have 7 sacks and then he end up the season with more sacks than the guy that I voted for. Right. But I'm just saying at the time that I voted, the guy that I voted for, I believe was having a better season. Now, 2 things can be true. I believe Lamar Jackson had a better season than Patrick Mahomes. I don't believe Lamar is a better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes. You see how 2 things are true?
Yeah. Hey,
and so that's the point. See, people try to like, well, because he had a better season, he's a better quarterback. No, you can have a better season and not be a better player. We evaluate this on a saying, okay, Lamar's season was better than Mahomes.
Right.
And it was. I mean, we're not finna, let's not sugarcoat it. Let's not get frayed by Patrick Mahomes did what he needed to do, got his team to the Super Bowl and won. But in the regular season, Lamar played better.
Right.
He did. And it's okay to say that. Sometimes people don't want to say that. No, Lamar played better than Patrick. But when the 2 met for all the marbles and then for an opportunity to go to Las Vegas, well, we saw what happened.
That's a good question. Matter of fact, you know what? Hold on. I just want to see something. I want to see something. I'm gonna call T. I just want to see what time it is. 7 o'clock. Ain't no meetings this time of night, right?
Yeah. Most teams have meetings up until 9 o'clock.
What? It's training camp.
Yes. Well, I don't know how y'all did it, but we had meetings up until 9 o'clock.
You know what?
Because we had special teams. Special teams went from 7 to 7:30, and then we went from like 7:30. Oh, that's
right. I'm tripping. I'm thinking about regular season. We already be up out of there. Okay. You're right. All right. Damn, that's a good one though.
Yeah. But congratulations to all the guys. Tyreek got the trophy #1. Lamar was second. Christian McCaffrey was third. Patrick Mahomes was fourth. Congratulations to all the guys that won, that was in the top 100. Job well deserved. Now, obviously, everybody wants to be number one. You know what you need to do. You need to have team success, and you need to have individual success.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill and the Dolphins reached an agreement on a restructured contract worth $90 million over the next 3 years. That includes $65 million in guaranteed. That brings the 4 years fully guaranteed money to 106, almost $107 million, the most ever for any receiver. Isn't it the most ever for any player that didn't get years added? Because let this sink in, Ocho.
Yeah, no years added.
Years.
Nope. No, sir. Take it off the back end. Yeah. Put it on the front end. Give it to you in a signing bonus. Here goes a big chunk. So it don't hurt the cap. There's always a way to manipulate the numbers. That's why I don't understand what they're waiting on with Chase. That's why I don't understand what they're waiting on with CeeDee Lamb. That's why I don't understand what are they waiting on with Dak.
The price ain't coming down.
There's a wait, huh?
The price ain't coming down, Ocho.
It never is. I'm not sure what they're doing. I think for some reason, every time they like to make folk wait on their money. They like to keep them on hold tooth and nail, like in vogue. Hold on. they want you to hold on. The funny thing is about it, they're gonna get it. It doesn't take that long for the accountants, for the people who crunch the numbers, who do all the things to make sure the cap is right, and making sure all ducks are in a row from a financial standpoint. It's easy. You've been doing it for years. CeeDee Lamb is missing too much valuable time. I
ain't getting hurt.
Too much valuable time.
I ain't finna hurt myself, and y'all know. I saw what y'all did to DeMarco Murray. Y'all ran him in the ground, and then they want to pay him.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. I'm not going to go out there and hurt myself.
Huh? Look what they did with Zeke. Zeke was in Cabo chilling, but chilling because they wanted to wait. What are you waiting for?
Right.
Get your players in camp so the chemistry between CeeDee Lamb and Dak is picking up where you left off. Especially with the way the season ended last year, you should want everybody in camp anyway. Heck,
absolutely.
What a smile. Shell, the man came out during the offseason and talking about we all in. We ain't seen one sign of being all in yet.
The Dolphins have locked up their team's future for the foreseeable future. Tyreek is under contract till 2026. Tua is under contract to 2028. Jalen Waddle is under contract to 2028. The Dolphins finished in the NFL top 100 with 8 players making the list. The second most of any team. Terron Armstead with 67, Jordan Poyer with 65, Jalen Waddle 63, Bradley Chubb 62, Raheem Mostert 60, Tua 36, Jalen Ramsey 25, and Tyreek Hill 1. That's too much talent to get knocked out in the first round, Ocho.
Yeah, I'm with you when you're right. Listen, I'm with you when you're right.
That's too much talent. With that kind of talent, that says you should be 13-4.
Yeah, I'm with you when you're right.
14-3.
I'm with you when you're right. Listen, as my hometown team, despite me being a Bengal at heart, we have to play better. One, against opposing teams with a winning record above 500. I'm not going to get into the details of some of those losses. Some of them were close. Some of them were 3 points. Some of them were 7. Things happen. In the postseason, cold weather games, we got to play well.
That's always been your problem.
Matter of fact, and it's not just this Dolphin team. Just in general, with the Dolphins in general, when it comes to playing in the cold weather, whether it's Buffalo, whether it's Kansas City, or whether it's New England, we just never play well. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about the cold weather that just affects. I don't know. And I love the cold. I love it. Anything 30 degrees and below, I'm all for it.
Yeah, because you practiced in it. Think about how do you acclimate, Ocho? You practicing in 70 degree and it's about to be 20 below.
Mm-hmm.
It was 40. You can't practice that, Ocho.
No, you can't.
Now when there's a 67 degree temp difference from what you're accustomed to.
Right.
All night and then I see.